What the hell? Sammy? Well, today, in case you haven't guessed, we have a pretty awesome prop from the show Supernatural. This is the first blade. So, lore goes, this is the blade that Cain used to kill Abel, which created the Mark of Cain, and it's just absolutely awesome. This is the first time I've taken a prop from the starting phase where it's printed to actually getting it painted and finished. And although it's not perfect, I really couldn't be happier with the way it turned out. The layer lines after coming off the CR10 were just perfectly smooth, required very little sanding to get it to the point where it was ready to paint. I was able to print it at 0.15mm layer height, which took about 24 hours, and it printed in 2 parts. I printed in just the cheapest white filament that I could find, and you know what, it perfectly did the job. I figured I've got the filament anyways, I might as well give it a shot. Worst comes to worst, I'm just out the time for the print. It's very solid. The detail is just... I can't stress how nice it is. It's not screen accurate, but it certainly gets the point across. Quite literally, actually. But how did I get from a 3D model on the computer into this finished, fully functional prop? Well, that's going to require a little bit of time travel.
Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more.
So, like I was saying, this is the first prop that I've ever brought to completion. This is the first one I've ever printed off and painted and everything. And it was a bit of a learning experience for me. And I think the biggest lesson I learned, if you guys are out there and you want to get into doing this, don't be afraid. It's I mean, it's only paint. That's what it came down to, is that you dig into it. If it doesn't turn out the way you want it to, you can always sand it and repaint it. And you know, there's no right or wrong way to do it. I used this paint set that I got off of Amazon. So this is Vallejo, Vallejo, and there's 16 colors with, let's see, 17 milliliters each. And it did not take a lot. This paint made it really easy because it's self-leveling, so it kind of sat into any of the cracks or spaces that were left and filled them in. And then I just picked up some leather strapping at Michael's. I'm going to redo the leather on this at some point. I'm not 100% happy with the way it turned out, but they didn't have the exact leather that I wanted. So I figured I'd try this, and if it didn't work out, I can always replace it. If you want to print your own, I'm going to go ahead and toss a link to the model in the description below. If you liked this video, toss me a thumbs up to let me know. If you've got an idea for a future print, go ahead and toss it in the comments. And until next time, stay creative.